Becky and I are just driving through the town and stuff, and all of a sudden we're like, what is that? So we're going to check that out. So there's downtown, and right at the very end of downtown at the street, there's a statue of Gabalt, and he was a
religious man.
A religious man, a priest of some sort, looks like. This is the Basilica of St. Francis Xavier. This is the old cathedral, and they got some like really pretty statues even up in there. Look at that. That's pretty nuts. That's nice. Okay, so we're gonna go across the street here, and looks like they got a shrine to Mary over here, and then a big crucifix over there. But then what we're going after is that big building in the back there, a big monument. So Becky was just reading a sign that said this is all dedicated to Clark of the Lewis and Clark fame.
This is the Old Cathedral French and Indian Cemetery.
Old Cathedral French and Indian Cemetery, 1750 to 1846. Contains the graves, mostly unmarked, of some 4,000 inhabitants of early Vincennes, including soldiers and patriots of the American Revolution who helped Colonel George Roger Clark. No, that wasn't. That's not that Clark.
Okay.
So
then I was wrong.
Who helped Colonel George Roger Clark to capture nearby Fort Sackville in 1779. So some 4,000 people are buried out here. On these grounds. And here is this was built in 1951. This dedication to Mary here. You have a beautiful bridge that crosses the river here. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. Hey, there's something else beautiful right there. She's kind of walking away from you right now, but look at that. Hi, you.
Hi. Really hot and you're walking too slow.
I'm sorry. So, wow, that's an impressive looking building right there. This is built to the Revolution, the conquest of the West.
No, I think, okay, you're going to record this and it's for prosperity, and could be wrong, but it says for the Revolution and the conquest of the West.
Okay.
So could it be that George, I don't know, could he be the same guy?
I don't know.
If only there was a device.
Here we go. This is erected by the United States on land provided by the state of Indiana, the county of Knox, the city of Vincennes, MCM XXX1. To get a kind of a idea of the size of this place, Becky is going up to the top of the stairs there. So that you can see how big this place is. Memorial hours, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Let's see if they're telling the truth. Okay, so Becky was very close when she said of Lewis and Clark that this was the Clark. It is not that Clark, but it's Clark's big brother. So this is, wow, what an impressive building. Look at this. Look at, they got stories on the wall. Kentucky entering the Great Valley. Cahokia, peace or war with the Indians. The Wabash, through wilderness and flood. Vincennes, The British barrier to the west. Fort Sackville. Britain yields possession. Marietta. The Northwest, a new territory. And St. Louis, the way opened to the Pacific. A lot of people don't realize after the Revolutionary War, the British occupied this entire area, the Indiana Territory. So because of that man behind us, he actually raided the fort and had a war on it, and they won. And that is why this is all United States now. See, Becky, you think I just like make stuff up.
I do.
But even the ranger here said I was correct. George Rogers Clark. Great things have been effected by a few men, well conducted. Our cause is just. Our country will be grateful. If a country is not worth protecting, it is not worth claiming. That's an awesome quote. So it's just faded now, right?
No, it started peeling, so they went up and scraped all of it off.
So that right there was the original painting that was in the center, and they went up and they scraped it all off because it was peeling off.
It's still beautiful.
It is. Oh, you can still kind of see the outline of it.
Yeah.
A little
Some
bit,
of
but
them, except the ones that have been replaced.
Yeah.
You can see that they've been replaced with a plain.
yeah,
That's
interesting.
We're proud of.
That's that Francis Vigo. That
It's Vigo.
that's it. It's Vigo.
Another movie quote.
Yep. Name that new movie quote. We'll give you a prize.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Oh, there's no stairs here.
What's that?
There's no stairs.
That's stairs, but
That's
we got to
not-
get down.
That's not a stair.
Well, that's not a stair? Oh, that's a long drop off, isn't it?
I ain't jumping.
No, I wouldn't either.
Break my ankles. We're going to go up front, but I love them.
And you've been known to break your ankle just stepping off a curb.
It wasn't a break, it was a sprain.
Okay. This is facts, folks.
I rolled it,
Yeah.
sprained it.
Now, I don't know what's going on at the bridge, but they've got it all roped off on the other side, and it's closed.
Like you can't walk up it.
Yeah, but that's a pretty bridge, isn't it? So the site of Fort Sackville, captured from the British by George Rogers Clark and his heroic comrades, February 25th, 1779. So this is where the fort was, and everything was captured here, and they built this monument in its place. And even over here, they've got a little thing where it says the site of Fort Sackville.
Go.
Francis Vigo?
Yeah, that's this guy right here.
Okay.
He was born Giuseppe Maria Francisco Vigo, was an Italian-American who aided the American forces during the Revolutionary War and helped found a public university in Vincennes, Indiana.
Oh, so, okay. And this is a big college town.
Yeah,
So that's
born
because of
in-
this man.
Born in Mondovi, Italy, he served with the Spanish Army in New Orleans.
Cool. So if anybody was curious on the what river this is the Wabash River. So down below by the foot of the monument, they got this awesome museum down here. And it talks all about the area and the late 1700s, early 1800s, and so forth. It gives a nice history of Vincennes and Knox County. And look at this. This old musket. After Clark's capture at Fort Sackville in 1779, he was directed to establish a fort at the mouth of the Ohio River. This warrant was issued to Clark to assist him in recruiting troops to complete this new mission. And that's the actual document right there. That's pretty darn cool. So where that monument stands, where we were just at, this was what the original fort looked like. So this is a model of Fort Sackville. So there we've been the entrance right there. And it looked like two corner buildings. And then you could go up into the other corners by means of ladder. Also here on the side. And then there were, looks like 1, 2, 3 buildings, a main quarters, some tents, and a well. And there is the British flag right there. I got this thing here, it's pretty cool. It says to build a memorial, and they start from the very beginning. And you can look at the construction process of them building it. And now remember, the construction started in September of 1931, and it was completed almost a year later, in September of 1932. And it was officially commissioned in May of 1933, or it was actually like christened and opened. And that's when they actually put in they put the statue and the 7 murals in December of 1934. So Becky, you found something really cool that you're going to buy?
I am, because I'm 12.
Because you're 12? That's
Yes,
just cool.
but this is a passport to national parks. So every time you go to a national park, you can get a stamp. And we are always stopping at national parks. And now we can just get a stamp for them.
That is awesome.
And I'll just keep it in my purse for whenever we're traveling. And
Right. That's cool. And we can kind of keep track of all of our adventures into national parks. Very cool. Okay, I get to pick from 3 magnets. So here's our passport book. So let's see. We got this. Oh, this one's metal.
They're all the same price,
This one's pretty
$5.95.
cool. Okay. And I like this one too. I don't know.
I like this
I
one.
like this one or this one.
okay, well, there you go. You narrowed it down. Our refrigerator's filled.
Let's go with the metal one. I like this
My
one.
friend went from the refrigerator, she started putting the side of her washer and dryer.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So
I
those
might
two.
think about putting it on my dishwasher.
So this is all the goodies,
So
huh?
these are the 2 goodies that we're getting. Awesome.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we are going to learn how the passport itself actually works. We get a stamp at each national park that we visit. And
Too bad we didn't see,
I know.
because I got Alaska in here.
It's got Alaska.
Right,
And we were just in Alaska.
Well, last year.
Well, last year, but still.
All these little hints come so that you don't muck it up. Polite way. Now, she's a pro
Perfect.
already. What
Perfect. You are
could
a
ask
pro.
anything
Look
more?
at that.
Who
So
would have
this
known
is
you
our
hadn't been
first
doing it?
official stamp.
And you're going to remember when you purchase the book, when and where.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
exactly what we're going to
When
do.
and
That's
where.
awesome.
And
So
if
can I
you
use
s-
these?
Oh, that's exactly,
And put them next to it.
Exactly, just notice how I had done here, I've got them lined up. You should hypothetically, I left space there, but you should, if I just scooted mine over, get those all on the same line, but if
Okay.
not, again, I just add a little extra space. If you really want to save space, it can be done. There you go. I see the skinny one, which has the most honest, memorial.
It's
And this one's a
more
little one,
detailed.
so-
And the waters of the Wabash River, yeah,
The little
actually
one
all
should
on
fit
there.
right there in that line.
No pressure here, is there? No, there you go. See,
Oh,
now we're left
man.
in plenty of space for, yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Did you wish to have a sack for your literature there?
Nope, I got it.
Well, congratulations on
Thank you
becoming
so much.
full-fledged now. You need, what,
Yeah.
418 more to go or
Only
something?
418.
Only 4.
Just about.
And the sad part is we've probably been to at least 35
Yeah,
of
we've
them
been to-
already,
we've
you know.
been to,
but- So yeah, so this great museum, this is all under the national parks. And we had our 2 fantastic rangers today. And what's your name?
Renee.
Renee, and you?
Pamela.
Pamela, fantastic.
It's nice to meet
So,
you.
nice to meet you guys, and thank you for your help. They've been super friendly today,
yes, very
and
helpful.
that's
That's
awesome.
very
Glad to hear.
All
And
right.
we wish you safe trips as well.
Thank you.
Thank you
We
so
got
much.
our-
We were walking back to the car, and we just saw this, and it's in this little screened-in area. It's the big bell of the old cathedral. So that bell used to be up in that tower up there, but this is the original bell back from 1839.
Let's go chase the watermelon bus.
And it's got a big old, lots of chips in it right there. Well, it's not even noon yet, and the old thermometer's reading 94 degrees. So it was time to stop off at, let's get the Licks ice cream and sandwiches. And Becky and I got some hot fudge sundaes.
Mm-hmm.
They are,
Because we're grown-ass people.
that's right, and we can have ice
cream
cream whenever
whenever
we
we
want. That's right. So these are actually really, really good, and it tastes good on a 94-degree day.
It
So-
really does.
So we stayed last night at that Econo Lodge right across the street. It was, you know, it was all right. It wasn't like,
The room was clean.
the room was clean. You know, it wasn't the worst place we've ever stayed, believe me. Wasn't the best place, but it wasn't the worst place. It was clean, and we were happy with it. It was a nice room.
Yeah, the clientele was left something to be desired.
Yeah, but we saw this place, this Licks ice cream last night, and we had a huge meal before coming into the hotel. So we wound up not getting Licks ice cream last night, but we saved it for today, and I gotta tell you, it was yummy. Okay, Becky, so how did you like that memorial and well, we didn't get to go in the house,
No,
but we went through the little village there and we saw the house.
the memorial was
But
incredible.
That memorial was awesome in that little museum that they had.
Very surprising to find it in this town in Indiana.
Yeah, yeah. And well, I actually didn't know a lot of the history of this area. So that was really interesting. So I learned something, and that's always a good thing. So if you like what you see, as always, give us a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. If you want to be notified every time we upload a video, ring that bell! And we will see you guys next time on Where the Heck Are the Albans? Bye, everyone.
Bye.